You're listening to the Midwest's most dangerous podcast, Lock Pod. That's Left of Center Pod, Season 18, Episode 16, coming to you live from the NECA IBEW Power and Indiana Lake County Studios with JRC and John Vesmar in tow.
Hey, good morning, Lock Pod. That was such... You came out firing, like you were ready, and you were like mid-sentence talking about something else.
I know.
Yeah,
We've done this one a couple hundred times now.
Yeah.
We got Corinne in the second segment, too, so it's not all guys today.
Straight up now tell me. I'm still trying to get her to give it like Paula Abdul vibes.
What's that?
Like straight talk with Corinne Straight.
Oh, straight?
Straight up now tell me.
Yeah, I like it.
Like, yeah, I think it's better for the region.
I like
but
it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just me.
I'm looking forward to Corinne. I know she's got a great topic today. We were actually going to talk about the same topic, and we decided to punt our topic for the third segment. So,
and I'm here because Kevin is where?
I don't know.
You can't say?
You know, we don't usually say if we're out of town.
Oh, yeah.
Because then people will be breaking into his house. But he's coming back today.
I looked in his office shower. He's not there. So.
Why does he normally hide there?
No, but I always go in there. And only one time I had a unconsensual shower there.
You showered in Kevin's shower?
Well, we were meeting. You know, Kevin will say, I want to work on a case. And he'll say, get to the office at 8. So we're working, and, you know, Kevin is a jitterbug, so he's running all over the office. So I'm like, you know, what can I do to freak Kevin out? so he just comes back to the office, and I'm in the shower. He was gone for like 10 minutes.
Did he get in with you? That would be really weird. How do I freak John out? I get in with him.
He did the gentlemanly thing. He put on a bathing suit, and he tried to come in there, and I said no. But he just acted
Wait, the
like,
water was running?
Yeah.
And you were naked?
Yes. I was like, I'm going to hop in the shower. He's got towels in there. He's got everything that you need.
Some would take that as suggestive, you know?
No, he pretended like, so he left and he came back and he pretended like it didn't happen.
Did you tell Kristen that you showered with Kevin?
Yeah.
Or you
No, I didn't shower with Kevin. I showered in his office. And she's like, did he say it was okay? I said, no. Yeah.
I think the point, we're just glossing over the fact that Kevin has a shower in his office.
Yeah.
I mean,
how nice.
He lives here, so he spends approximately 14 hours a day here,
does.
you know? Yeah.
What luxury.
He does.
Yeah.
I drive by his place all the time, and I look over just the obligatory glance, and there's Kevin's car. It's always there.
His office number is 219-933-7600 if you want a great lawyer who never stops working. That's
he doesn't
Kevin
go
Smith.
home. Yeah.
Now, great showers, good water pressure, like all the things that you need from a law
That's
firm.
great.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I think it's a George Costanza thing where he starts leaving his car at work so that everyone thinks he's working.
You could be biking this time of year. So you just leave your bike here, or leave your bike and your car here, and just take one home.
Yeah, I mean, and now they have those e-bikes. So I mean, oh boy, you know,
I have one.
He's trying to outlaw them, and at the same time,
By
he's
the way,
riding them
dude,
all over.
you know those e-bikes. I'm a public service announcement.
Yeah,
people's houses are catching on fire like crazy because of those lithium-ion batteries. It's happening like on a regular occurrence. I think there's 2 house fires this week in Hammond. I know for a fact one of them was a lithium-ion battery.
What?
So, yeah, because people are charged. What they're doing is like, I leave my cell phone charged all night, my iPad, stuff like that, but that's just a small little battery. If you do that with your lithium-ion, like the big batteries for the bikes, and you leave it charged, there's a possibility that could spark up. And, like, if that happened in my garage, the bike would catch on fire in my garage, and I have my 2 cars in the garage, and that's, by the way, Marissa and I are sleeping right on top of that, so it'd be like a little...
What about the RV filled with gasoline next to that?
Right next to it, yeah. That would be a bad place to be.
Yeah.
So we don't charge our lithium-ion batteries overnight.
That's smart. Well,
I'm dead serious about that, though. It's been, you know, they talk about it on airplanes, too.
Yeah.
The big batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can catch on fire, man.
That's
And they're nasty little fires, too.
Besmar, does this make you nervous based on the batteries you use for some of your personal appliances?
No, I only use the best. I don't buy from random Chinese e-bikes.
My brother Brett and I were golfing yesterday. We were talking about Aaron's penchant for buying stuff off of, what is it, Temu?
Oh, dude.
Dude, he
Don't
buys
get me
everything off. And then, like, some of the stuff, it's sort of like the underwear I ordered. You know, it comes in, it's all jacked up. And then some of the stuff, he got this golf divot replacer yesterday for 50 cents each, and they're super nice.
And they have his name on them.
Yeah, it's got Latitude's name on it.
Yeah, so you just...
Right.
For Christmas, he gave me these AirPods.
Straight from China, bro.
They were a total knockoff. They were like...
Straight from China.
Glowing. I don't...
Yeah, I haven't had hearing in my right ear since.
That was earwax. They're used. They're slightly used, but I mean, they're cheap, so it's a good deal.
Yeah.
Why is he giving you a Christmas present? Break that one down for me, sir.
I don't know. I think I went to like a Christmas party.
Oh,
and
he
was,
does
handing
that.
them out.
Yeah.
But
Aaron
again, they
does
were like
business
50-cent
gifts.
AirPods.
Right.
So
I'm asking.
It's like when you used to get Cracker Jacks and there's a little prize at the bottom. It's the same.
I'm asking because I'm like, maybe I'm a dick. Maybe everybody gives presents to each other and I just don't. Or
I get presents.
Well, you get presents
For my team.
because you're you're a boss.
Yeah.
I make my own gifts.
Everybody's been tuning in lately to hear what's going on with the Bears. I feel remiss if we didn't talk about what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, well, I want to know. I know, like everybody wants to know. So.
There's this new public health initiative going on in Illinois right now. It's called the Bears Stadium Process. This is how it works. Every 2 weeks, a politician in Illinois announces they're close to another new deal. And it happens regularly. There's one going on right now. And then, obviously all the Bears fans in Illinois immediately jump off the couch. They run to their phones. They check their social media. They call their friends. They start reading articles. They start posting. It's finally happening. It's finally happening, Then nothing happens. And then 2 weeks later, another Illinois politician comes out with another plan to keep the stadium in Illinois, and the same process just repeats itself, And according to my calculations, I've been really looking closely at this. The average Bears fan in Illinois has now completed 3 marathons and burned 40,000 calories waiting for the stadium decision. So this is a real good, health initiative started by J.B. Pritzker over there in Illinois, and we appreciate it. Bears fan base is in the best shape of its life right now.
Because they're getting a lot of miles.
That's right.
They're a bunch of haters.
Oh, I know.
God, wow. Or either that or just the people who are complaining the most are the biggest haters. I don't know. But, I mean, the hatred is wild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Hammond is definitely in the crosshairs of all the Bears fans that are pissed about this. And, I think, obviously, but we're still moving 100% full steam ahead over here in Hammond.
Yeah.
I spoke with Kevin Warren this week. I spoke with the Bears lobbyists and their PR team this week. I know that the lobbyists and the PR team for the Bears are speaking with a number of elected officials and media outlets across Northwest Indiana. This new location is being looked at very closely. I know there's environmental testing going on. There's phase 1, which is historical testing going on. I know there's conversations going on with the federal government because they would be involved in this. It's I think it's all real positive. I'm real excited. And I know the region's on fire. Everywhere I go, that's all anybody wants to talk about.
Well, all this due diligence, that is real money spent by real people who, I mean, like that tells you about their intent.
Yeah. That's millions. Yeah. By the way, they've looked at 2 locations with the same intensity that they're looking at this 3rd location. And so basically the Bears know everything about that part of the city. They know everything. They know way more than we do. They spent millions on probes and analysis and historical recollection and,
Wow, you said that real weird.
Probes.
They spend millions on probes, but yeah. But I mean, I know why Illinois is kind of trying to punch back here because you are getting on TV and you're on every single news station. You're even on stations in Texas, just random local TV in Texas. Everybody's talking about it. Yeah, I got relatives all over the country, and they're in Indianapolis is talking about it. I went to law school down in Indianapolis. Yeah. Everybody's talking about it, and you're going on TV. You're saying how you're out hustling Illinois. You're saying that you have a much better product than Illinois. Come here, the taxes are better. The players want to move here because it's way better for all the players to pay Indiana taxes than Illinois taxes. Your construction rates are way faster than Illinois. There's way less red tape in Indiana. The government in Lake County and the whole state's great. So
they've already seen that too.
Yeah, you're kicking their ass and they're punching back, and it's just a bunch of little crybabies. Why don't you start bitching at your legislature, and why don't you start working harder instead of here complaining?
That's what I see, John.
Yeah.
This whole thing is not the Bears' fault. What's going on in Illinois?
No.
What's going on in Illinois has been building for decades and decades. Yeah. Where now they're in a position where they're literally broke, right? Mm-hmm. And the Bears they do. This is what NFL teams do, guys. I hate to break it to you, Illinois. Yeah. But NFL teams, if they're looking to build a new location, they're gonna ask for infrastructure money, just like they did in Illinois. And Illinois said, no, we're not giving it to billionaires. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, they approached Indiana, and Indiana put together a $1.5 billion package. What kind of company wouldn't take that?
100%.
It's that simple. It's really that simple. Over there in Illinois, you're beating up the Bears like it's the Bears' fault that Illinois is in financial straits. It's not the Bears' fault. It's your fault because you've allowed these politicians over decades to ruin Illinois financially. And now you can't afford to keep the Bears. Indiana can.
Well, now you've rolled out the red carpet. Over there, they're walking on broken glass, and then everybody's surprised that they're coming over here. But That's Lake County and Hammond working with Indianapolis. And I don't think anybody expected
Thank you, John.
that, me included.
Have you ever seen that? You've been living here your whole life.
Never. They hate us. The referees down there hate us. Like you cross Route 30 and people start getting annoyed with us already. Like this is an amazing feat. I feel like it's unprecedented, and that's why I think they're coming here.
We got to bring it home.
Yep.
Still not there.
But the good news is Tom McDermott's a closer.
No, I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm working close with the governor and the legislature. We just got to get this thing done, Johnny.
Yeah, it's so exciting, and all you're doing is announcing every day.
Makes me nervous, though. Everybody's so excited, and everybody's wearing their Hammond Bears hat and all their. And I'm like, every time I see that, I'm like, God, I got to finish this stupid deal. If this deal falls apart, I'm like the architect of the failure.
You can get them off Amazon now. When you look up Hammond Bears,
dude.
and there's 10 things on there. That's
it's just excitement. I told Kevin that it's like the region's on fire, man. Like everybody's so fired up. It's like I've never seen anything like this, Kevin, and that makes him happy, obviously, because he's like, this is unbelievable. I don't think Arlington Heights would have embraced the team like the region's embracing the Bears right now. Arlington Heights, this is. And the Bears are like everybody I know is just excited.
This is a town full of a bunch of face painter Bear fans. We love the Bears, so like this is the perfect spot for them. And every day for the past couple months, everybody's been talking on TV about why people should move to Hammond and why people want to move to Hammond and why they're going to move to Hammond and move to Lake County. This is all great stuff for all of us, to be honest with you, every day.
Hey, I know we had another topic we wanted to hit before Corinne comes in. I know she's coming in about 8 minutes-ish, but we had a story that Johnny Law brought to us. Fully autonomous drones have killed human soldiers for the first time. That's scary shit. But I've been really, so they have AI drones right now in the Ukraine that are flying into Russia, and they're not tethered. They can't be jammed. And they're literally just looking for smart targets, and when they find it, they lock on and destroy it. And by the way, Ukraine is changing the war through 100%. Drone warfare. Like, they're kicking Russia's ass right now. They're attacking Moscow. They're attacking. Yeah, dude. This is the Wall Street Journal. Russia faces spreading fuel shortages after Ukrainian drones pummel refineries. These Ukrainian drones are flying low. Russian radar can't pick it up, and they're literally just filming the drones come in and just attack refineries. Ukraine can attack at will. The only reason Moscow, the palace hasn't been attacked is because Ukraine's refusing to do that. They don't want to attack landmarks, but they could. They could take out Putin's residence. They could do whatever they want right now. It's like the Russians don't have an answer for it.
Well, and these drones are, they're not just going after like anything that moves. They're going after specifically humans, and they've killed
100,000.
100,000 humans.
Ukraine says they have documented 100,000 Russian deaths on video. 100,000.
Oh my!
Dude, it's like a slaughter machine. Russia just keeps on piling people in there, and the drones are just wiping them out.
And so when the war started, they had drones, and they'd have a pilot, and the pilot would be looking for people, and the pilot would be shooting almost like a video game.
They have the headset on.
Yeah. Now they're just robotic drones that are trained to go out and kill
and they're
people.
Hooked through Starlink.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Wow. By the way, remember the drones also used to be tethered to the Gulf line.
They had
the fishing line.
Yeah.
And now that's gone. Yeah, now that's gone away. And now what they're doing is linking to Starlink. And the question I have, I know SpaceX just went public last week, okay? And it's a shitty stock, by the way. It's destined to lose money.
Really?
I want some, but it's not. It's just overpriced. But that's another conversation altogether.
I like to track your stock tips, by the way. Keep going.
Thank you.
I run them
but
down. Yeah.
Don't buy SpaceX. Yeah. But the question I have is, so Starlink is a big part of SpaceX, right?
Yes.
SpaceX has a space part, and it's got Starlink. Starlink actually makes money, right? But how long are we going to let a guy like Elon Musk control satellites? What if Elon Musk wakes up tomorrow and says, screw Ukraine, I'm not going to let him use Starlink anymore? It's like one man could change the entire war. Because if Ukraine can't use Starlink, their drones aren't going to work, and then Russia just starts slaughtering them again, right?
Yes.
The only reason Ukraine can fight back is because they have access to Starlink, and Starlink's not controlled by a government. It's controlled by Elon Musk, who's one of the most unpredictable humans we know. So, how long is this going to continue?
You covered that one story on Lockpod where the drones flew out of the semi-trucks,
and
they were tethered. So they have to be close to home base.
Right.
But those aren't necessarily the best drones because they can be jammed, and
Right.
so if they jam them, they just stop working.
Right.
So then they tried to get around the Ukrainians tried to get around the jamming by tethering them to like fishing line that was attached to it, but that can only go for so many miles, and that's what they did. So now they don't have to be tethered to anything. They're not attached to any lines.
They're launching them from Ukraine, and they could get as far into Moscow as Moscow.
Yes.
That's
Wow.
couple thousand miles away from the Ukraine. They're attacking refineries in Moscow, and what that's causing is humongous lines at all the gas stations. And in some parts, like in Crimea, the peninsula, they don't even sell it to civilians anymore. It's military use only for gas.
Yeah.
So it's almost like Ukraine is trying to terrorize, so to speak, and attack the Russian economy, and then turn the tide of the war through the people.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm sick of this shit. First off, there's drones flying around my neighborhood. Secondly, I can't get into gas. I can't go to work. I got laid off. And then they all start turning on Putin, Seems like that's the strategy, and it's very, very smart strategy, in my opinion.
I mean, they're just taking out strategic things, and they're going to keep bombing more and more things. Like, how long is this going to last before things just start to get ruined and they run out of things to bomb?
Can you imagine if a terrorist attacks BP Amico with explosive drones? That's what Ukraine's doing.
Yeah.
So now, how do we stop that in America?
I mean, you don't.
Is that the next level of terrorism?
Yes.
They just fly a bunch of drones at a refinery, or I'm at the Festival of the Lakes. I got 25,000 people watching a show, and a bunch of explosive drones attack the Festival of the Lakes. Yeah. How far away is this, guys?
But think about the next level of murder. When now sometimes police are trying to figure out who did what, and they have a rent-a-car and there's 5 people's DNA in it. You get a license plate, but that doesn't even prove who was driving the car. You have to take a deeper dive and try to see who was where. You use cell phone locations. Hammond Police is great at tracking people down through their license plate and their cell phones. However, what are you going to do if a drone just comes in and kills somebody and leaves?
Yep.
Completely.
It just explodes.
It's a
they just pack them with explosives.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, some of the drones, we were talking about this yesterday, John, have machine guns on them. So the drone goes up there and just starts blasting on you from like 20 feet in the air, and you're just sitting there. Some of them have like molten steel, and they're dumping it in the trenches.
And people are just burning in the trenches while
Dude.
the Russian soldiers are burning in the trench. You have to watch the video. It's frightening.
Dude,
Or
I watch
don't.
all those videos. That's
Yeah.
my algorithm. For some reason, I'm on the algorithm where the Ukrainian drones are hunting down Russians and just killing them.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
100,000, they said, documented kills from Ukrainian drones.
I don't like. So,
That's like a meat grinder, dude.
yeah. And so, what do you think about when you watch all those videos? Where
It's
does your
scary.
head go?
It's scary. I think about America. How are we going to stop this? This is only a year or two away from America, guys.
Less.
If a year or two. So
Less.
you're going to be at the 4th of July parade hoping that some asshole's not a mile away with a headset on crashing a drone into your float. That's scary shit, man. And I don't think we could stop it if it happened.
It's going to be untraceable.
I don't think I think after the fact that the FBI could find out, but I don't know, man.
It depends on what parts are still there. So the 2 things that you need to buy is a Generac generator for your house, and start digging out your bunker.
I got my generator.
Wow.
I bought it's one of those generators. Well, it's a battery basically. I bought that a couple years ago.
Is that the Lion's Den Generac? Or
Yeah,
just
the Lion's
regular
Den,
one?
exactly. I don't want to lose my access to power during.
100%.
Hey,
So.
before we move on from this, like, what do you make of this story that there was a test in Ukraine of 10 AI fully autonomous killing drones?
Yeah.
No human, no one's behind the wheel. They sent it in. They sent in 10 drones. They launched it. They don't even have like a video feed. They just set it to kill everything.
But like, what happens if it turns on your own people?
I don't know how that works.
Human is a human. It knows if you're Russian versus Ukrainian. Come on.
But this AI component's crazy. So anyways, they launched them. They knew everything in this area was going to be dead from these drones, and sure enough, they went in afterwards, and there were dead Russian
So
soldiers.
if you're just like, okay, anything in this area, kill it, right?
Yeah.
And you just send it over there, and God forbid if there's a Ukrainian soldier in that same area, they're dead meat. That's scary shit, man.
Taking the human component out of this.
Yeah, I'm so glad my kids are all grown and not going in the military.
Yep.
Honestly, like, why would you want to be in the Marines or the Army right now? Like to be terrorized by drones and killed.
What about a drone pilot? That doesn't sound like a bad gig.
That's Air Force.
Oh yeah.
What effect is this going to have on like the male population of Russia if they're just being
hundreds of thousands
decimated?
They're being decimated. Russia's turning into a third-rate country, man, right before our very eyes. They're getting taken down by Ukraine, which is awesome.
Technology based.
I love it. Screw Russia. By the way, Russia's our enemy. I hate to break it to the GOP. That's when I spent 6 years in the military. We weren't looking at China. We were looking at Russia the entire time I was there. Hate to break it to you guys. Putin is not our friend.
For sure. I mean, that's how we were all raised, people our age.
We got to do some ads, and we got to get to Corinne. Corinne's, I know she's on a time schedule every week, and we got Straight Talk coming in the second segment. So let's go ahead and start with our premier and studio sponsor, Power in Indiana Lake County. It's your source for the region's most trusted electricians. At Power in Indiana Lake County, we set the standard for excellence in electrical work. As IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors, we ensure safety, reliability, and quality for Northwest Indiana corporations, businesses, and homes. But our mission goes beyond the job site. We're creating a brighter future for the region we proudly serve. Powering Indiana Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community. Find the right electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon. Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon, popular red and white label at your grocery store, and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia. ¡Yeah! De todo corazón.
219 Development and Bauer Construction. A longtime friend of the show and premier studio sponsor, this powerhouse duo represents two outstanding companies deeply invested in building and supporting our hometowns. 219 Development and Bauer Construction. 219 Development is focused on smart, responsible redevelopment across Northwest Indiana, and Bauer Construction is the boots-on-the-ground team that brings those visions to life. They aren't just builders, they're community partners. If you want to build something meaningful in the region or wherever your vision takes you, start with 219 Development and Bauer Construction. Call to reach Jack at 219-268-8484.
MCR Partners. MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunity. Stay in the loop and connected by hitting up their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. Or for tailored assistance, call the Godfather of Booty, the Rear Don, Matt Reardon, at 219-741-9511. He's great. He's you just want to walk into a room with him.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 40-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltensberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions that leave a lasting impression. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
You know, this reminds me, before we bring Corinne on, I had a dream last night that we got a tobacco sponsor.
I mean, I'm for
that. Is
that.
that something we would do?
Yes.
All right.
I had a much weirder dream, but I'm not going to get into it.
Oh.
Hey, let's go for some straight talk
Kinky.
with Corinne. How's it going, Corinne?
Straight
Good
up, now
morning.
tell
Good
us.
morning.
Good
How
morning.
is everybody?
Good. This is your first show with JRC in the studio, so.
No.
Oh, it's not?
No,
No. Okay.
No.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
we've been on many times before. It's
Yeah.
all right. Tom walks out of the studio and it's just like gone.
It is. We've done like 500 episodes. They all blend together for me now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah, it's weird.
Gosh.
500. We're like getting real close. So
That's exciting.
I know,
What
I
do you
know.
have plans for the 500th?
we'll probably forget all about it and we'll
Yeah.
just do it
Okay.
as a normal episode. Yeah.
And it'll be like,
We're all going to take showers in Kevin's shower. It's gonna take turn.
Hey, Corinne, how do you feel
Yes.
about ice?
not great.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of time to remind everybody that ICE is still doing horrible shit.
Yeah.
And
They have
it's-
gone out of the news lately. I mean, I know that people still talk about it, but it's not like it was, when they were in Chicago.
When Gnome was running the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's intentional. Mark Wayne Mullen has made it. Oops, sorry, I just knocked something over on my desk. Mark Wayne Mullen, the new Secretary of DHS, has made it his mission to make the operations quieter.
Gotcha.
So as far as numbers of detention, numbers of injuries, numbers of deaths, those are just increasing. So everything.
Really?
Whoa.
Yes. In 2025, ICE deaths in detention hit a record high, over like a 2-decade record high. And then in 2026, we're up to 51 deaths so far.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
There were 32 in the year 2025. So we're at 51 already, which is pretty insane, especially because so many of these deaths are happening as a result of untreated injuries or illnesses. There are a few that have been labeled as homicides. Those the details on those are still coming out. Like somebody died from asphyxia that was ruled a homicide by a medical examiner. But people are getting like a tooth infection and it's getting septic and their organs are failing.
I had an employee of mine one time almost lose his life because of a tooth infection.
I remember that.
Yeah,
man. Bad
yep.
stuff.
If it goes untreated, there are people who are losing limbs because of basic untreated infections. The conditions are really, really poor. They're still very poor, and nobody being able to get in and inspect these facilities from a third party is also leading to a lot of these issues going unreported or underreported. In many ICE facilities, there are no secure lines for any of the detainees to contact their attorneys or families. So these people are getting their phone calls shut off as soon as they start to say anything about the conditions.
That's crazy.
So many of the skin infections are happening because people are sleeping on the ground, and it's dirty, and so it's really, obviously it's inhumane. It's completely unnecessary. The other piece of the puzzle is like our facility here in Indiana, the Miami Correctional Facility, has capacity for 1,000 people. So they kind of expanded the wing of the prison that was not being used. So they have capacity for 1,000. They've been holding around 600 because there is a finite number of immigrants. I mean, the Trump administration, under direction from Stephen Miller and President Trump, have set really high daily quotas. These are how many people I want you to arrest. But you can't find that many people is kind of what it seems like. At the facility in Florida, for example, the one that they call Alligator Alcatraz, which I think is really funny just from like a comedy perspective, because Alcatraz means pelican in Spanish. And so many of these people are like, speak American, so we're going to call it Alligator Pelican because we're not supposed to be speaking Spanish. So at Alligator Pelican, they have capacity for 5,000. They've been at around 1,400. And they have capacity for 5,000, but those 1,400 people are still being crammed into tents and fences because this facility in particular was created just to be a symbol of cruelty. Right. It's literally constructed in a swamp. There's no plumbing. There's no electricity. Everything runs on generators. Everything is porta potties. There's no infrastructure.
I'm sure the porta potties smell great too.
They smell great. They
sure.
smell great.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's so hot. And because of the demand on the electricity, there are some air conditioning units that just go out all the time. It's horrendous. And so there's a bunch of empty space at the facility, but they cram everybody, all the 1,400, into these tents. One of the favorite weapons that the ICE officers use down there, the corrections officers, are pepper balls. So instead of pepper spray, because pepper spray can blow back in the user's face, so they use pepper balls. So they just chuck pepper balls into these cages where there's like 70 people. It's really inhumane, and so many of these officers are not government employees exactly. So they're not necessarily ICE, they're contractors.
I was going to ask you, is Alligator Alcatraz a private prison, or is that run by the taxpayers?
It's being paid for by the taxpayers of Florida.
Okay.
It was supposed to be federal government reimbursement, but much like we've seen here in Indiana, those payments are not coming, or they are very, very slow. So the taxpayers of Indiana, we are paying for this extra detention at the Miami Correctional Facility. The taxpayers of Florida are paying for the extra detention in the middle of an effing swamp, because it's completely unnecessary to build this structure in a swamp.
That's crazy.
I mean, so one of the reasons why you would do that is, like, if people are going to litigate and try to fight and stay in the country, it would be, let's say it's a 9-month process and you have to stay in jail. But if you agree to get out, you get out in the next 48 hours. Yeah, so they just make it
like,
very,
get me out of here, right?
Very
This
inhospitable.
place is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then you stop your immigration fight and just like send me back home, right?
Yeah. And so,
if I was in Alligator Alcatraz, I'd want to go back home. Whatever you were living in before.
How long is it going to take for you to tap out?
Right.
That's what it is.
Yep. It is. And the other piece, from the legal perspective, that is a tactic that's being used, and correct me, the lawyers in the room, if I'm wrong, but, attorneys are placing, writs of habeas corpus on their clients, that gives them a certain expiration date. Like, you cannot move them until I get XYZ process started in court. Well, that writ is only applicable to that facility. So when the facility finds out that a writ has been placed on Bob, they just move Bob to a facility in Louisiana or Texas. The attorney has to find them all over again. And because so many of these facilities are in really remote areas, their internet connection is not great all the time. And a place like Alligator Pelican doesn't have reliable electricity. So being able to update records and show who is on site on those premises in real time is nearly impossible. And again, all of that is by design. They want to make it very difficult for people to be found. Even people who have strict orders of no deportation for a variety of reasons. The other thing that I want to point out, because I think people with the Iran war, with the economy, with everything that is happening domestically, being able to compartmentalize and decide what we personally are going to care about or put our mental energy to at a given moment is very limited. And it is by design that these facilities are remote. It is by design that they are out of the news. I mean, just looking through the press release section of the Department of Homeland Security website, under Kristi Noem, there were way more press releases going out. There were way more of those really nasty, like, compilation videos where they would, like, put it in front of a pop song. Those are
commercials, remember?
Yes. And because Mullen came in and said, guys, shh, stop talking about this. We're going to keep doing it, but stop talking about it. And I think that's really scary. And that honestly,
that's very true when you think about what you're saying.
It sends a chill up my spine. The other thing that sent a chill up my spine was the elimination of a policy that began, of course, because it began in the Biden administration. Trump is going to undo it. But because so many people get incredibly sick or injured within detention, that if they are transported to a hospital and then they die at the hospital, that was counted as a death within detention. The Trump administration has said no more. As soon as they leave our premises, even if we beat the shit out of them and they have to go to a hospital and then they die, we do not count that death.
Get them out of here. Get them out of here before they die, right?
As soon as they leave the premises, the death is no longer counted. So the only reason the man that died of sepsis because of the tooth infection, that was just because his family reported it and they were able to get corroborating documentation from the hospital. So that's not necessarily even considered a death in detention because his organs were shutting down and they sent him to a hospital. So I bring this up to totally bring the room down, obviously, and also because it is cruelty that is ongoing in our name. Our tax dollars are paying for this instead of paying for the litany of other things that we could be paying for. And the amount of energy that is being put towards moving somebody from facility to facility. Like, that's insane. Like, put your energy towards actually feeding people edible food, which is also very hard to come by in these facilities. Wow. So the cruelty that is being done in our name is something that we need to be aware of. And when people say, oh, it's not really happening, or, oh, it's not really that big deal, or, oh, I haven't seen that in the news lately, go find, there is plenty of information out there. You just have to look for it. And there are news agencies, especially local news agencies that are in and around near these detention facilities. They are doing regular reporting. There are regular protests that are happening, especially at the one in Florida, because that was protected Mississauga land at the tribe down there, the indigenous tribe. That was their protected land that Governor DeSantis just took because he just declared a state of emergency, and he just took it.
Two birds with one stone kind of thing. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're still, it is crazy. It's like we're doing these horrible things to immigrants who, if you look at the grand scheme of history, I know people don't really like to look at this, but the people that we're detaining as immigrants are actually naturally born to the American continent. Why not? So these are the people that we are calling immigrants, and we are still on the 250th anniversary of the United States. We are still stealing native land. I mean, just we're continuing the horror because we're afraid of something new. We're afraid of change. So we're just going to keep playing the greatest hits. It's like, oh, we're not going to play that new album. We want to hear you play this stuff from the 70s. That's really, really unfortunate, because there are a lot of smart people who could be doing a lot of good, and all of this energy and money is being put towards evil, and we need to keep talking about it, because these are our neighbors.
Yep, there you go. As we do every Tuesday, we get some straight talk from Corinne Straight. It's always great.
And
to bring you
sometimes
on.
it's real depressing, and I'm sorry, but shit's depressing sometimes.
It's good to know what's going on. That's why we bring you on. Honestly, we did 10 minutes on
AI drones.
AI drones is very positive.
That story is nuts. I'm so glad
scary,
you guys
right?
talked about that.
When we during the Festival of the Lakes, protecting ourselves from that kind of stuff, that's got to be a priority of the American country, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for being on top of it. Yeah.
I wish we were. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I hope the federal government's looking at this stuff,
Yeah.
PD
has some stuff, right? They got some
deterrent. They have drones,
yeah.
but I don't think...
But I think they also have that net that flies out and grabs a drone and brings it down.
Oh, yeah?
That kind of stuff. I think so.
Check it out.
I hope so. They are going to get them now.
Anyway.
But again, is that something the federal government should be focusing on, instead of making sure that Jose is moved from one facility to another so his attorney can't find him? Where is the energy being
Let's start playing some defense.
You're right.
put? Yes. So. Let's maybe start making progress.
Defense wins ball games.
Well, appreciate you, Corinne. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
As we do every Tuesday.
Too.
We'll see you back next week for Straight Talk with Corinne. Thanks, Corinne. Nice to see you.
Take care, everybody.
Take care.
One of the things that I think about that is, if we go to other countries, we want people to like us and respect us and hug us, not be mean to us. If somebody from America goes to somebody else's jail, we don't want to get treated like crap. This is something that should not be happening at all.
All right, we're going to do some ads. I know you got to get out of here.
I got to roll, bro.
Right?
Yep.
Can you do ads with me?
I'd love to. Come on.
All right, let's go. Branding Room Floor. Don't let your business get lost in shuffle of generic branding and aimless marketing. The Branding Room Floor is Northwest Indiana's best full-time, full-service marketing agency, providing data-driven results to help your business grow in a crowded market. From website development and digital advertising to graphic design and branding, The Branding Room Floor will set your business or organization on a clear path to strategic success. Don't wait another day to get started. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com today.
Cantrell and Cantrell. I'm not going to read this ad. I'm just going to tell you why you should hire me.
I like it.
One of the things that happens is you go in, you see a lawyer, you should ask them, show me your last 5 trials. And they should be able to go out, walk out, get their last 5 trials, show when they were. If they were in 2007, you might be in the wrong spot. Your attorney might get treated like a punk because the prosecutor knows that they don't try cases. They haven't tried a case since the Reagan administration.
Or they've never tried a case.
Or they've never tried a case. So they're going to try to force a plea down your throat or get off your case. You need to get somebody who knows what a good deal is. Pick an attorney that is always at the courthouse that you're going into where he knows everybody, and that's me and my wife, Kristen Cantrell. Our number is 219-554-4LAW, 4LAW. Give us a call. I'm a warrior, and I'll fight for you.
It's a good commercial, man. We should just cut that.
Man, that's good.
Good job, bud.
Thanks.
The Bug Guys Pest Control. Hammond, where the wind off Lake Michigan hits harder than a Bears goal-eyed stand in December, and traffic on the Borman feels like a full-blown blitz. The Bug Guys are your hometown pest defense, knocking out ants like they're clocking in for a long shift at the fire station, killing roaches off your kitchen counter like they tried cutting through Calumet Avenue at 5 p.m., and sending spiders out of your basement faster than a plow truck on the first big snowfall. Because around here, if it crawls, buzzes, or bites, it's playing on the wrong field, and the Bug Guys bring that monster midway energy straight to your home. Bear down, bugs out. The Bug Guys Pest Control. 219-810-7481.
Calumet Brewing, this Bud's for you. For 150 years, Budweiser has been farmed, brewed, and bottled and enjoyed across America. Thanks to hardworking Americans and the highest quality American farmed ingredients, we're not just made in America, we're made of America. Budweiser is the official beer of the Chicago Cubs and will be celebrating alongside their 150th anniversary this season. Go Cubs. Contrary to Tom McDermott's belief, the Cubs are going to make a comeback this year right after All-Star break. I can feel it.
I hope you're right.
Enjoy beers and cheers for 150 years responsibly.
For decades, the Ron J. Pressemer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. The Pressemer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and more. The Pressemer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you. Hablamos Español.
Byway Brewing. Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room, outdoor patio serving its award-winning craft beers, a chef-driven menu, and craft cocktails on draft. Their brewing equipment and production facility offer a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, and corporate parties and political fundraisers. With their amazing food truck, they can cater your corporate and private events off-site. Just off 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit, let them show you that customer service is their top priority. Check out more at bywaybrewing.beer. Their food is so good.
It is.
God, it's great.
Thank you, JRC, for coming in.
Thanks for having me,
Miss
homie.
you, bud.
Peace
Thanks.
out, y'all.
Thanks for covering.
Thanks, Fez Marcus.
Man, thank you for being on.
So, John, it's just you and me the rest of the show? That's
This
weird.
doesn't happen often.
We should just do split screen, right? Or is it going to be on me the whole time? It's
I
going
think
to be
it's going
weird.
to be on you.
Oh, you don't want to do split screen?
I don't have a camera on me.
Oh, that
Hey,
sucks.
what's up, man?
The Lindsay
Have a
cam.
good night.
See you, Johnny.
Yeah.
Did you, by the way, you like my shirt? I buy
wanted to-
shirts just for the show.
I
You
wanted
know
to bring that up earlier.
Yeah, Chernobyl safety team, or what is it?
Safety operations
Yeah.
team 1986.
Yeah, Chernobyl is the one that melted down. For those of you,
Have you seen the HBO Chernobyl series?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm a nuclear trained, as you know, but I'm a dork about nuclear reactor meltdowns, and I sort of read up on them. You know, Chernobyl, Fukushima, yeah, 3 Mile Island. You know, I mean, those are the three major ones. But yeah, so obviously with the naval training I had, I get real interested in that kind of stuff.
Was that a TikTok buy?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. I got another one coming. Calls me. It says stud muffin. It says 30% stud, 70% muffin.
Hey, I wanted to. Boy, it's rowdy out there.
Yeah, Johnny Law.
John is causing a scene.
I know.
Hey, this was a follow-up from Corinne. Remember the warehouse thing with ICE?
Yeah.
Remember, in our area.
The one in Maryville?
Yeah. Yeah. So they just announced, it looks like ICE is abandoning their warehouse idea.
I
Did
thought
you
we
hear
already
about
covered
this?
that one, didn't we?
No.
Really? Is that recent? Because
Yeah.
I remember, okay, so we covered Maryville, shot them down. Like they did like a resolution of the council. Not that it matters because we're talking about town government versus federal government. But the Maryville Town Council at the time, because remember we did a bid on Lockpod.
Oh, and it was
and
huge.
then right after
Yeah.
we did the bid on Lockpod, Maryville Town Council took it up and did a resolution that said, hey, we don't want this thing in Maryville.
Right, which is more symbolic than anything.
It is absolutely
Yeah.
symbolic. I agree.
And anyway, ICE just came out. Or I don't think they came out and said this, but they're pretty much abandoning their plans for warehouses all across the country. Have you heard about this?
I mean,
Yeah.
they're not welcome. I mean, if
They're not welcome.
I know, like, why would you,
But
you're forcing things down residents' throats, and that one in Maryville, that would have never worked.
no,
No, they'd have pickets every day out in front of there. This is the region, man. You
because
can't
of
do that in the region.
melting pot.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I thought one thing interesting from this article was how they overpaid for all these warehouses. So here, check out this stat. ICE has so far spent $1.07 billion for 11 facilities, which is 134% above their total estimated market value.
See,
someone got rich, man.
That's where I get skeptical, man.
And they're going to give them away or sell them or whatever.
But like the people that own those buildings that like sold it for a humongous profit. I mean, are they connected to the administration? Are they Republican donors? Are they friends of the governor?
That's
you
when
know,
you
like
start to think about that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that people are just randomly like getting enriched, or is it calculated? And I mean, that's why we should be exploring this further, so we know that's not true. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. And you know, have you been hearing about? You know, obviously, I'm 57. Okay. So I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to look at Social Security and like do calculations like, wow, look at that. And
don't say that.
Well, in 5 years, I'm qualified for it. I'm not saying I would take it, but I could take it in 5 years, right?
Yeah.
And then now you're reading all these articles about Social Security, and they're saying within the next 7 or 8 years, Social Security is going to go insolvent. And if it goes insolvent without Congress acting, which I have no confidence Congress is going to act because Congress has been broken for years, okay? If they don't act, then they automatically implement like a 22% reduction in everybody's benefits. So like right off the bat, when I'm qualified, right off the bat, they're going to like reduce it by 22%.
My dad, I don't think there's a day goes by that my dad doesn't bring up Social Security. He's so fed up.
Like your dad, his whole career paid Social Security taxes.
Exactly.
And these thieves in D.C. are like borrowing against it and stealing it. And of course, refusing to like adjust it. You have to keep funding these retirement programs or else they go broke. And what happens? You're going to have millions of people like your father, John, that rely on this monthly $3,000-$4,000, whatever they're getting. And all of a sudden it's $2,000 and you're on a fixed income. And nobody's talking about it. Like, when's the last time we heard Congress talking about this?
You haven't.
I agree. Yeah. It's like, because this is what's happening and it's not going away, you know?
This is why we need a third party.
I agree. You know? Speaking of, there was a convention recently. Yeah. And it didn't go too well for Diego. We sort of predicted that, right?
Yeah. Let me pull this up here.
You could tell in Diego's speeches. We did that one speech. First off, his speech where he's like yelling at the guys in the audience. Hey, if you donate to me, you know, you could complain about what I'm doing with my money, but you don't donate, you know?
Yeah.
It was like, you know.
And how did that turn out?
I think Diego took second to last. So that's our sitting Secretary of State that will not be reelected because he won't even be on the ballot. Instead, as expected, what's his name? Max Engling, who is a staffer for U.S. Senator Jim Banks. Him and Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita bailed on Diego, and they were previously supporters, bailed on Diego weeks before the Republican convention. They backed Max Engling, who's, by the way, he's not a native Hoosier. Not that it matters. But it's interesting because Bo Bai is, a lot of people criticize Bo Bai for not being a native Hoosier, although he was born in Indiana, but he wasn't raised in Indiana. He was raised on the East Coast, came back to Indiana, but he was born here. And then you have Max Engling, who is definitely not from Indiana. He literally moved here to run for office. So you have two people running for Secretary of State, and basically both of them are in the same situation as far as, you know, being born and raised in Indiana, right?
And a third... This is where the third party comes in. It looks like Greg Ballard's going to get on. He announced, I think he has enough signatures.
I think that's great news. I really do. It's interesting. I know that when I say that, I think there's people in the Democratic Party that get pissed at me because I think it's important to have choices. And all due respect to Bo and to Max. Yeah, excuse me. I don't even know the guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was put in the race 30 days ago.
Right.
So
yeah.
no one knows his name.
I don't think I've ever met him either. And then Greg Ballard, I know Greg very well. He was a great mayor of Indianapolis. He's a gentleman. He is also of the opinion that the two-party system is broken, and he wants to give us options. I wish he wouldn't have named it the Lincoln Party, but that's what he did. So you have the Lincoln Party apparently is going to be on the ballot, and then the Libertarians are going to put a person on the ballot as well. By the way, the Lincoln Party's symbol is probably L, just like the Libertarian, and the L stands for loser a lot of times, in my opinion. It does, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Libertarians, but like they never win. And I think a moderate party could win. I just don't understand why they named it the Lincoln Party. I think that was a big mistake, being honest with you, John. Yeah. I think if Greg Ballard calls it the moderate party and he puts an M next to his name, you got D, you got R, you got L, and you have an M. I think that makes a big difference. Greg Ballard may lose the election just because he named it the Lincoln Party, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a really good point, man.
Because, John, what is Lincoln's Republican, right?
Yeah.
So you're only appealing to disenchanted Republicans, in my opinion, Greg.
Right.
If you would have named it the moderate party, you would be aiming for a person like me that's not necessarily, thrilled with the state of his party either. Instead, you sort of make it like if I was ever going to consider voting for Greg Ballard, I would feel like I was betraying my party. Right. Whereas if it was moderate, I'm like, okay, I'm a moderate Dem, so I could be moderate, So I just don't understand the logic behind that. It seems like they're only aiming at the Republican voters to me.
We have to get Ballard on to ask him this question. Why did you go with Lincoln Party?
I got contacts to him.
Nice.
Zach Brown reached out last show, and I have to reach out to the gentleman. I know this guy too. His name is Robert Vane. Okay. Robert and I have known. We've been associated with each other he was formerly a Republican. I'm not sure if he still is, Mr. Vane, and he's apparently running Greg Ballard's statewide campaign. So I'm going to reach out to Robert Vane and see if I can get Greg Ballard as a guest on our show because I think he'd come on.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of, since we're on the third party topic, did you hear about Tucker Carlson?
No.
Did you hear what he did yesterday?
No. I don't keep up with Tucker.
Okay. He announced he is leaving the Republican Party.
Yeah, it seems like he was
Carlson,
yeah,
the biggest Fox News host ever, is done. Do you want to hear what he had to say?
Sure.
All right. Let me cue this.
It's interesting. Here. Is his show successful? His podcast?
It's bigger than he ever was on Fox.
So he has great advertisers.
Oh, dude, it's
all the biggest.
Huge. Dude. He's the number one podcaster right now.
Okay.
So,
behind Lockpod or just ahead?
Behind Lockpod.
Just ahead of Lockpod.
But here's what happened.
Look at that. Hey, John.
Yeah.
Look at that.
What?
You put something underneath the microphone right there.
Oh,
that was
it's a great
super
idea.
Smart.
Absolutely.
Look at that.
We need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll sell that.
Put
sell that.
Law Office of John Cantrell.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey,
or Marlboro.
I love that idea. Marlboro.
Camel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here's what Tucker had to say.
I would not support the Republican Party. There's no chance I would support the Republican Party. I'm not going to support the Democratic Party. I don't know what I'm going to do. But at this point, how could I or any American voter support a political party that's not loyal to the United States, that puts the interests of a foreign country above those of its own citizens? That's it's not possible to vote for people like that, and I'm not going to. And I think I voted Republican my entire life. I worked at Fox News, CNN, right. MSNBC. I've been a consistent defender for 35 years of the Republican Party. I mean, very consistent defender. But there's no defending this because it's immoral, and it's exactly the opposite of what a political party in a democracy is charged with doing, which is representing its own voters, its own citizens, its own nation, and they're not doing that. So, no, I'm out. And if I'm out, then I think a lot of other people are out. He's
talking about Israel, I imagine, right?
I think that's his biggest thing.
But, they also sold out in regards to Russia. He forgets about that?
Well,
that they're buddying up to Putin.
I think he feels differently about Russia. Remember Tucker went to Russia not too long ago and was like, man, these supermarkets are amazing.
This is the most amazing Subway I've ever seen. Yeah,
everything is cheap and that kind of thing. But I don't know. What do you make of this, man?
I think it's emblematic of what's going on in America, and I don't think it's limited to the right. Okay. I don't. I think that there's people in the Democratic Party scratching their heads and saying, and this isn't news, by the way. This has been happening. We've been talking about union members in the Democratic Party that have left the party and they vote Republican now, or they don't associate themselves with Democrats anymore. And I think there's people like Tucker. And if my dad was still politically active, I think my dad would be in the same kind of spot. I think if you're like a Reagan Republican, you're scratching your head right now in the Republican Party and wondering what the hell happened. Like if you supported George W. Bush or George H.W. Bush, and that's your type of political style, I think you're not really welcome anymore in the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Is that true, John?
100%.
Okay. And by the way, I don't think it's limited to the right, by the way. And I'm not saying I think it's going to be a good year for the Democratic Party. And that's not because the Democratic Party is a well thought out organization. It's going to be a good year for the Democratic Party because it's a reaction to what's going on with President Trump and the nightmare that his administration's turned out to be.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a whitewash, and people are going to think Democrats are doing a good job because they're going to kick butt in November, and they're going to kick butt in November despite their fucked up party. They can't do anything right.
I think you're right. I think there's a swath of people that identify more as like independent, meaning they don't, some terms they're voting Democrat, some terms they're voting Republican, and now they're going to go back to Democrat.
But that goes back to what we were just talking about with Greg Ballard.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he seize on that? So
Absolutely.
what he's doing, he's names his party the Lincoln Party, right? So that talks about the Tucker Carlsons of the world, right? He's aiming for a guy like Tucker, right, John?
Absolutely.
Okay, but what about people like me that are like, what the hell's going on? What about all the men that used to be part of the Democratic Party that aren't really part of the party anymore? Greg could have got them as well if he would have said moderate.
Agree.
He limited himself, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's why I was asking Kevin, how easy is it to change the party name? Could he come out now and say, okay, it's not the Lincoln Party anymore, it's the Indiana Moderate Party, I think he does something like that. It's much more dangerous. Much more dangerous. Because then he's aiming for both sides. He's not aiming just for the Republicans.
Well, Tom, we made it.
We did it.
It's
That's not
8:30.
bad.
Do you want to promo Friday's guest?
Yeah, we have Marissa Simonetti.
Big time guest on Friday.
It's Marissa with one S. Is that
one S.
Marisa?
Marisa? We'll ask
One
her on
S,
Friday.
because Marissa is my wife's name, and she has two S's.
Right.
And if it's one S, is that Marisa?
U.S. Senate candidate from Minnesota.
Okay.
I was reading a little bit about her, Tom. She declared as independent.
Okay.
So she will be on the general election ballot in November.
That's why.
Yes.
She didn't win a primary. She's a moderate. Right, she's an independent.
She's an independent. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And she's got quite the story. She has quite a story. Do
Okay.
you want me to play this video?
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's something else that went
Steve
down.
lined her up, right?
Steve lined her up.
Okay.
And I'm just going to run this video. Going to be a very interesting guest, and here is why.
Okay.
The tarantula assault case involving Marissa Simonetti, a 32-year-old Minnesota political candidate, reached a major legal conclusion on Friday, March 13, 2026. A Hennepin County jury found Simonetti guilty of domestic assault, harassment, and disorderly conduct following a bizarre 2024 dispute with an Airbnb guest in her home. The incident gained national attention after video footage surfaced showing Simonetti tossing a live tarantula down a staircase toward her tenant, whom she claimed was a squatter refusing to vacate. The conflict reportedly began when the guest, Jacqueline Vasquez, asked for pest control to handle a spider problem in the basement rental. The situation quickly spiraled, with Simonetti allegedly cutting off the home's Wi-Fi, intercepting the tenant's groceries, and eventually breaching a door while playing loud music and shouting. During the trial, the jury viewed the recorded encounter where Simonetti launched the spider, along with tacks, blocks, and other items down the stairs. Beyond the criminal charges, the case revealed that Simonetti did not have the homeowner's permission to sublet the property, meaning her Airbnb operation was a violation of her own lease. Despite the conviction and a previous revocation of her real estate license for fraudulent practices, Simonetti is still moving forward with her campaign for the U.S. Senate in the upcoming November election.
Dude, she's going to be a great guest.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever heard of a guest more fit for Lockpod?
She is perfect. We could be her official campaign outlet if she wants.
I love it. I'm looking forward to Friday. Steve lined this up, and she's gonna talk about this. She's gonna talk about her campaign. Yeah.
Marisa, did you hear it? They were calling her
Marisa
Simonetti.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. So I saw a Yellowstone clip where one of the ladies in Yellowstone threw a rattlesnake at somebody, so that's similar.
Did you watch that show?
No, I'm interested though.
Amazing show, man.
Really? I'm gonna watch it.
So good.
Yeah. So, all right, John, we did it, man.
We did it.
We did a full hour. Just you and me and Jay Vez and Straight Talk with Corinne.
Yeah.
You know, we did it without Kevin. So we'll be back on Friday full steam, right? We'll have Jill in the studio. We'll have Kevin back and his great guest. Excuse me, Marissa Simonetti.
All right.
U.S. Senate candidate in Minnesota. So it should be a great show. I want to thank everybody for listening. We appreciate you. This is season 18, episode 16 in the books. Jay Vez and I, solo,
Boom.
taking it home. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, John.
Yeah.
It's great doing a show with you. And we'll be back on Friday. Take care, everybody. We appreciate you. And Lockpod's out.